I fully believe that we are on this planet for a reason. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to find out what that reason is and how to start living your life in full alignment with that. There's nothing like the feeling of joy and fulfillment that comes with living a life that's in alignment with your soul purpose. Your soul purpose is something that's bigger than you. It's beyond you, and it lives on after you. The problem, however, is that in this world that we live in, that's so busy, where everyone's working, we can sometimes lose touch with our soul purpose or never even pursue one at all. We've gotten out of alignment with our true nature, and we've lost that connection to that which is bigger than us and more important than us, and that which we can contribute to elevate others and elevate the planet. So the first thing that I want to share before we get into all the practices that you can do to find your soul purpose is to change our language around this mission. See, when we talk about finding our soul purpose, it's almost as if it's something that we've lost or that lives outside of us and that we're hoping to run into someday. Instead, I want you to choose new language, and I'm going to use new language in this video too. And that new language is that we choose a soul purpose. When we use the word choose, this empowers us not only to make a decision today about what our soul purpose is, but also to remember tomorrow and the next day and next year and a decade from now that we can choose again, and that at any moment we can decide to evolve or change our soul purpose, and that's okay. Usually, as we're living a life in alignment with a purpose, we start to get clearer and clearer about what the big ultimate purpose is. That's what happened to me. I was completely living a life out of alignment with my soul purpose. But about 10 years ago, I made a decision to claim a purpose anyway. I decided my purpose on this planet is to elevate women and to help women stand up and step up into greater leadership in the world. Now today, that's still part of my soul purpose, but my soul purpose has evolved. Today, my soul purpose is to activate superstars and thought leaders and people who are bringing messages of life and love and joy and empowerment to the planet. So the first thing to do to really start to choose your soul purpose is to first open up space in your life for this conversation. A lot of times, the only reason we don't know our soul purpose is that we don't give ourselves time to think about it. So I invite you to open up space, starting with right here, right now with me, watching to the end of this video, and dedicate that space and that time to choosing and then living your soul purpose. The second thing to look at is to open yourself up to your emotions. One of the challenges that I find in our current culture, and the one that I experienced, is that we can disconnect ourselves from our emotions, specifically our bad emotions. See, there's a belief in our culture that some emotions are good and some emotions are bad. Some emotions are to be cultivated, some emotions are to be avoided. But here's the thing. When it comes to choosing a soul purpose, your emotions are a guidance system. They can help you. They can guide you to your purpose. For example, there are certain things that are going to bring you up and uplift you and make you feel joyful and energy rich. And there are certain things that are going to make you feel bad and bring you down. Those things are just as valuable as these things. The bad, quote unquote, bad emotions are just as valuable as the good ones because they can tell you what you think is wrong in the world and that thing in the world that you really want to fix and you want to up-level and you want to uplift. So if you cut yourself off from half of your emotions, you're going to be missing out on half of the clues that are going to help you get to your soul purpose. The next thing to do is going to sound a little counterintuitive. What I suggest is that right here, right now, you surrender your soul purpose. Yeah, I know this whole video is about finding your soul purpose, and now I'm telling you to surrender it. Yes. See, the problem is sometimes we can get really attached to something. Like, I need to find my soul purpose today. And that attachment can close us off to opportunities. So what I'm asking you to do right now is just let go and just trust and surrender that you will find it in the right moment, in the right time. And right here, right now is just the beginning of an exploration and of a journey. And maybe you already figured it out, and that's great. And maybe you'll figure it out between now and the end of the video, but maybe not. And what I want to make sure of is that you allow yourself the space and the grace to really explore your true soul purpose instead of trying to check it off a list and say, done, did it, okay, I'm ready, let's go. Because that's part of the problem too. So many people go straight from idea right into action without really allowing the thing, the idea, the dream, the vision to land and cultivate and grow inside of them. So right now, let it go. There's nothing wrong with you if you don't get it today. And I invite you to take the next step, which is to start a journey of exploration. Open yourself up to receiving messages and signs from the world around you, from the people around you. Open yourself up to receptivity. Open yourself up to possibility. Open yourself up to not having all the answers, to not knowing for sure what it is. Allow yourself to discover it. Give yourself the opportunity to explore and enjoy the exploration of establishing and choosing your life purpose. Next, consider what are the biggest challenges you've ever faced in your life. Chances are your biggest pain points, your biggest struggles, your biggest obstacles hold the clues to that which you have to give humanity as a gift. Your soul purpose is most likely tied to something that hurts you deeply and badly, and something that you might even want to avoid and never think about again. The areas where you have made great leaps and strides are probably areas where you could help others do the same thing. So I'm going to bet that your soul purpose has something to do with a big challenge you've overcome or faced. Another way to establish what your soul purpose is to ask yourself this question. If you had 5 minutes to give one message to every single human on this planet, and that's it, it's the last thing you get to do before you depart, what would that message be? What would you want to share? I'm guessing whatever that is might have something to do with your soul purpose. And then the last activity that I'll invite you to, which is one of my favorite things, and I do it at least once a quarter, and I do it with my clients as well, is to do a future self visualization. Lie down, close your eyes, breathe in deep, and imagine yourself 1 year or 5 years or 10 years, whatever resonates with you, in the future. Imagine meeting yourself in the future, that future version of you. Go ahead and ask your future self what they want to share with you. You can even ask your future self, tell me, future self, what is my soul purpose? I'm going to bet that your future self is going to have an answer for you. If any of this resonates with you and you want to go deeper in how to create a business and a career and a life that aligns what you do with who you really are at the deepest level, then go ahead and download my free Monetize Your Magic Playbook. You can get it at the link below or go to monetizeyourmagicplaybook.com. Enjoy.